Hey there, welcome into the show. You're watching Philadelphia Eagles Now. My name is Chase Sr. As always, no matter where you are, how you're tuned in, thank you so much for making today's show a part of your day. And what I want to talk about here, how Howie Roseman got two absolute steals with two under-the-radar trades that he's made. And I don't think these trades have been realized to be as impactful by casual Eagles fans or by casual people who cover the NFL, but we're about to dive deep into those moves right now. The first one, the Eagles' decision to bring back offensive tackle Fred Johnson. Fred Johnson has started to get more snaps over the last couple of weeks, and it has led to this Eagles offense putting together their two best games of the year. It's not an accident that number 74 is back, playing well. He's been utilized, and this Eagles offense has found a secret weapon. And when this move was made, I remember when it went down, I was in Costa Rica, did a breaking news video on this, and I had said, okay, I understand this move. We saw Matt Pryor at offensive tackle during the preseason. He can't play on the perimeter. He is now, at this point of his career, an interior offensive lineman. He can only play guard. And so the Eagles needed tackle depth. Matt Pryor wasn't it. Cam Williams, not ready. Miles Hinton, not ready. Kendall Lamb, not good enough. And so the Eagles brought back a player in Fred Johnson who they know very well, who has enrolled at Jeff Stoutland University, who last year stepped in and played pretty damn well for Lane Johnson. He played well against the Saints, against the Cincinnati Bengals. He shut down Trey Hendrickson, who last year had 17 and a half sacks. And so Fred Johnson has become, to use a basketball term, the sixth man of this Eagles offensive line. He had signed a one-year contract with the Jaguars after winning Super Bowl 59 with the Eagles. So on August 25th, that's when Howie acquired him in exchange for a 2026 seventh-round pick. And he's playing a vital role for this Eagles offense with a $1 million cap hit. And what the Eagles have done in recent weeks, they've gotten creative with their personnel packages. This Eagles offensive turnaround has coincided with the Birds utilizing Fred Johnson in their jumbo package. That is when they have six offensive linemen on the field, and sometimes when they still have six offensive linemen on the field, Dallas Goedert is also used as another blocker. Weeks 1 through 6 for the Birds, the Eagles used their jumbo look on just 3 total snaps. That's weeks 1 through 6 combined. Week 7 against the Minnesota Vikings. Coming off that mini bye after that bad loss against the Giants, the Eagles went jumbo for 14 snaps. Week 8 against the New York Giants, they went with the jumbo look on 10 snaps. And with Fred Johnson on the field against New York, he was on the field for 12 of 33 running plays for the Eagles as they ran for nearly 250 yards as a team. Saquon Barkley, Tank Bigsby, over 100 yards. It's the first time that two backs on the Eagles have done that in 12 years. But with Fred Johnson, Big Freddie, on the field, 12 of the 33 run plays when he was on the field, the Eagles ran for 129 yards, good for 10.87 yards per carry. And the biggest play of them all was the second play of the ball game, the 65-yard Saquon Barkley touchdown. So let's do a little bit of a film study here. And this is a look at the Eagles jumbo package where you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 offensive linemen. And you see Fred Johnson, the number 1, is above his head. So he is flanking to the right of Lane Johnson. And this play was beautifully executed by the Eagles. And what were some of their issues with running the ball early in the year? They weren't executing. And up front, their offensive line was getting pushed around, and they were missing blocks. But when you miss blocks, sometimes even by a hair, it can really blow up the entire play. That didn't happen here because what you see is the Eagles block everything up beautifully here. You have Jordan Mailata at left tackle, able to seal his man, that's Kayvon Thibodeau, and open up a huge running lane for Saquon Barkley. What I also love is how Landon Dickerson and Lane Johnson are able to climb to that second level. Brett Toth is able to block Dexter Lawrence here, as Toth had a really good game against the Giants. I had concerns about that going in, but give props where props are due. And then you see Fred Johnson right behind Lane Johnson with that seal block as he's able to kind of take out two guys. Now, obviously, Saquon has to make something happen here because he sees that Brett Toth is right in front of him and Toth is blocking Dexter Lawrence. And so Saquon is going to bounce this run to his left. And the explosion on this play is incredible because in the blink of an eye, Saquon's able to take off. What I also like here is this block from DeVonta Smith. He's an underrated blocker from that wide receiver spot. The other takeaway from this play, Tyler Nubin is the Giants safety. And he's in a position to make this tackle on Saquon Barkley. And if you pause the play here, which is what we did, you're thinking, okay, Tyler Nubin, number 27, probably going to be able to tackle Saquon after a gain of about 10 yards or so. But you can count on one hand the amount of running backs who are going to be able to cut it to the boundary, take it to the sideline, and leave this safety in his rear view and dust him. And Saquon Barkley is one of those running backs. Look at Nubin. He's completely beat. Saquon able to cook him at the 50-yard line, and from there, took it to the crib. Saquon Barkley untouched on this 65-yard touchdown run. And when the Eagles were going jumbo against Minnesota, Harrison Smith, the Viking safety, would creep up. Well, the Giants, they saw that jumbo look. They kept a safety back because when the safety came up, what happened against Minnesota? Jalen Hurts to DeVonta Smith for 79 yards. So the Giants keep a safety back here, and Saquon Barkley says, deuces, night-night. So with the impact of Big Freddie, we'll go analytical here. The Eagles have generated more than 3 times of a better expected points added, EPA per play, with him on the field compared to him off the field. Nick Sirianni deserves credit for this in-season adjustment. So too does Kevin Patullo, who's called really good back-to-back games. Jalen Hurts has prioritized suggesting things like this. A guy in DeVonta Smith said that safety keeps coming up. When they were playing the Vikings, what did they do? They took the deep shot because Smitty said it's going to be there. And so this has ended up being a steal of a pickup for the Eagles that has reaped big dividends for this ball club. And Howie Roseman pulled off another steal. He got a valuable asset for a 7th-round pick who is owed very little money. Now, the Eagles' offensive line looked really strong against the Giants. The Eagles' offense as a whole, run game, pass game, looked really strong against the Giants. If you want to be strong, I suggest you get some Bubs Naturals Collagen. This is a product that I use every single day. I sprinkle a scoop into my coffee, and I really like the protein content with this as well, as you get really good protein intake, 18 grams per serving. Now, with collagen, there are so many benefits that I want to tell you about here, and it's really changed how I feel and how I recover. Look, getting older, it can hit you harder than expected. You get stiff joints in the morning. Recovery from going to the gym might take a little bit longer. Your hair can thin out. Your nails will break. Even your skin can lose that smooth glow. With Bubs collagen, it's not going to happen. Aging sucks, but it doesn't have to. Starting in your mid-20s, your collagen production starts to naturally decline in your body. That's where Bubs Naturals collagen peptides come in. Bubs helps restore collagen levels to closer to what your body naturally had in its youth. So your joints feel stronger, your hair and nails grow healthier, and your skin looks smoother. Collagen is the most abundant protein and is often referred to as the glue that holds our bodies together. Now I have less joint pain, my hair and skin is healthier, you know by looking at my hair. Are you bouncing back faster after workouts? If you're not, you will with Bubs. No junk, zero sugar, sweeteners or fillers. This is third-party tested, sustainably sourced from grass-fed, pasture-raised cattle. This was also voted 2024's best collagen by Health.com. Live better longer. For a limited time, our listeners, our viewers, get 20% off at Bubs Naturals by using the code CHAT at checkout. Just head to BUBSNaturals.com, use the code CHAT, and you're all set. After you make your purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that Eagles Now by Chat Sports and Chase Sr. sent you. The other steal of a move by Howie, the trade for Tank Bigsby. And we saw that this started to get in the works against Minnesota, just like Fred Johnson being incorporated, that he is now the Eagles' backup running back. He is the number 2 behind Saquon Barkley. It is not Will Shipley, and A.J. Dillon is out of the equation. And when the Eagles traded for Tank, I had said, this is a player at Auburn who ran hard. He was a bell cow type of back who will try to insert his physical dominance. He will run you over. He will step on you. He will keep running, and he'll laugh about it. This is a player in Tank Bigsby who has a nasty streak to his game. And he's still only 24 years old. He's under contract, too, going through 2026. That's something that Howie really likes. And with more carries against the Giants, we saw what this guy can be. He can be a weapon and a factor for this Eagles offense to take some weight off of Saquon Barkley's shoulders and to take some carries off of his plate. And it's not like Tank Bigsby has ever been a journeyman or a slouch. There was a reason why the Jags selected him in the 3rd round of the 2023 draft out of Auburn. And he's been an accomplished player in his NFL career. The guy had 766 carries, or yards, carries would be a lot, back in 2024 on 168 attempts. And what he did against the Giants was highly impressive. 9 carries, 104 yards, 11.6 yards per carry, and that long of 29. And what did Howie do here? Now, early on, it looked like this trade may have been a Howie Roseman whiff because the Eagles were only using him exclusively as a kick returner. Well, he was a bad kick returner, and he couldn't even field kicks. He fumbled a lot of them. And so you're thinking at the time, Howie Roseman gave up a 5th-round pick and a 6th-round pick in 2026 for Tank Bigsby. He can't return kicks, and they're not giving him carries. Well, I think the Eagles found something against the Giants in utilizing him where whether it's tough yards or explosiveness, when Saquon Barkley needs a break, the Eagles can turn to Tank Bigsby. If they want to use Saquon as a pass catcher, as a decoy in the slot, they can use him there, and they can have Tank Bigsby on the field at the same time. And again, really good value here for a player who is going to be under contract on his rookie deal through 2026 as well. And then the Eagles, of course, on Wednesday made that trade for Michael Carter, where they swap late-round picks. The Eagles send John Mechie to the New York Jets, and they bring in Carter, who is a starting, legit caliber slot nickel corner. So a couple of moves here that Howie Roseman has made where he's pulled off highway robbery, and he's gotten some absolute steals. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button here on the show. My name is Chase Sr. This is Philadelphia Eagles Now. Join the movement. Let's go.